Miranda, you really got my attention because I'm a big NBA fan. And I saw your column, Adam Silver's political stances mean nothing after he grovels to China. And there was one point, I mean, it kept going back and forth and back and forth, and I thought that he had taken something of a principled stand for a moment. But you pointed out that he has vacillated so much, it's really difficult to imagine what kind of firm ground he's standing on as it relates to the quote by the Houston Rockets general manager and, of course, the very tense but very important relationship between the NBA and China.
Yes, well, look, I think Adam Silver's initial reaction was very weak. He, talks now about standing up for Daryl Morey, the Houston Rockets executive, standing up for his free speech. But the time for standing up for it was immediately after Daryl Morey exercised his free speech with that tweet supporting Hong Kong's pro-democracy protesters. And, China's belligerent reaction to that, I think, just frightened the NBA, and Adam Silver basically cravenly capitulated and, issued this press release saying that Morey's sentiments were regrettable and it was regrettable that they deeply offended many of our friends and fans in China. So what does that tell China? It tells China that it owns the NBA.
Well, you also start off your piece, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is so woke, he once outlawed the word owner for being racially insensitive. He canceled an NBA All-Star game in Charlotte, North Carolina, to protest the state's anti-transgender bathroom legislation. And yet when we look at a global issue like this, and this is not only about the NBA. I mean, I started really digging into this after reading your piece, and there are so many other companies who are having to make some judgments about whether the trade with China is more important than the concerns about human rights.
Yes, exactly. And, you make a good point about the NBA under Adam Silver. He really has decided, obviously, that it's a business model to be woker than woke. And so you name it, any one of these fashionable cultural stances, the NBA has held it. And, they're all about diversity and inclusion, those progressive code words. He's even danced on a float at the Gay Pride Parade in New York. He doesn't do regular handshakes. He's so woke, he does this sort of dap multi-grip combo with an air hug. He's very into social justice politics, and he's always said, that you have to stand for something. That's part of the NBA's core principles. And yet, as you just said, when it came to really standing for something, having some skin in the game, having some backbone on an issue that actually is not fashionable and might cause you some grief, they went to water.